All right, go ahead, Mr. Andrews.
Your Honor, my fault, I don't know how this quite occurred, but we published more photos than I gave Investigator T-Walt to look through. There
Okay.
were 13 different. I've since printed out the remainder of those. I don't know if we want to late file those additional 13, but they couldn't remain the same numbers because we had
We got
subsequent exhibits after that.
Yeah, you can always, like do 455A if it's the same thing, but it might be easier if we just give them new numbers now. How many extra did you say? You had 13?
13, Your Honor.
Let's see, where did we leave off? So it'd be, did you say 512?
12 through 24, I
Oh,
believe?
yeah, there it is. Yep. So is there any objection to add these other 13 in that we actually showed the jury?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we're ready to resume the state's proof. General, if you please officially call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Rachel Sandlin.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in the case now on trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, sir.
All right, please have a seat, and you may remove your mask once you're seated.
Would you state your name for the record, please?
Officer Rachel Sandlin.
In November of 2016, were you working for the Sheriff's Office?
Yes, I was.
And were you assigned to the forensics unit?
Yes, I was.
And did you work the scene of the Guy homicides?
Yes, I did.
Can you briefly describe what you did in response to your call there?
I was one of the original responding forensic officers. I photographed several items in the scene, the scene throughout.
Just 1 second. Just need to get that a little bit closer.
Okay. The entirety of the scene, photographed the entirety of the scene, as well as several items of evidence throughout, assisted in collecting those items of evidence. And on that day, majority just that, but then responded several other days as well to continue collection of evidence and photographing.
And on November the 30th of 2016, did you have an opportunity to review some property that had been confiscated in the property division of the Sheriff's Office?
Yes.
And did you take photographs of articles that you inventoried at that time?
I did. In our forensic lab.
All right.
Sorry.
And did you go back to Golden View at a later date, December the 1st, 2016?
I did.
And what did you do when you were there on December the 1st?
On December the 1st, I responded to Cedar Bluff Towing as well as the scene back at Golden View. But as far as the scene at Golden View, I continued to photograph additional items in the scene and continued to collect additional items of evidence from the scene.
On December the 3rd, 2016, did you visit a location on Hillside?
I did.
And can you tell the jury what you did when you went to that residence? Was that the residence of Michelle Dennison Tyler?
Yes.
Can you tell the jury what you did when you responded to her house?
On the day of arriving at the 3824 Hillside Terrace Lane with Detectives McCord and Sanders, I photographed individuals at the residence as well as photographing some items of evidence there.
Okay. Did
And
you
collected
also
DNA swabs.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Also collected DNA swabs from individuals at that residence.
All right. And then I want to direct your attention to December the 6th of 2016 and ask you if you further photographed evidence that was collected in property at the Sheriff's Office.
I did. I arrived at the property unit, the Knox County Detention Facility, the property unit, and photographed additional items of evidence that had already been collected.
Okay. May I approach the witness? Mr. Sandlin, I believe that you have, I want to show you the next number.
526.
526. These are 11 photographs, and I would like you to look through those and tell me if you recognize those.
On this cancel. That was 512 to 525.
Are those yours?
Yes.
Okay, and can you tell the jury who was with you when you were collecting these, when you were taking these photographs?
On which day? Oh, those
On
are
the
ones.
28th.
From the 28th. The entirety of everyone who was with me, or just at?
Yes.
Okay.
To the
There-
best of your recollection.
Several people there that day. Officer Sandy Campbell, Sergeant Mackenzie Alleman, Detective McCord was there.
Is it fair to say that all of you were working together?
Yes,
And would you describe this as a simple scene or a complex scene?
quite a complex scene.
And could Your Honor please publish these photographs that she has identified as being her own?
In objection.
No, Your Honor.
The video, 536 and 547, you may post.
We're gonna go through these very quickly, and just if you could just
525 should be the next, Your Honor. We ended on 524.
Okay, I'm sorry, 525 through 536.
525 to what?
536.
can you describe what is depicted in that photograph?
This would be the exterior view of the residence at 11434 Golden View Lane.
Next photo. And the next one?
This is an area directly to your left, entering the garage at that residence, sort of breakfast nook type area.
Okay. And were these articles taken into evidence and later inventoried?
Yes,
Next photo. Including the wallet and the wallets that you see.
correct. Later inventoried and photographed.
And I want to ask you to please tell the jury what this photograph depicts.
This would be the stovetop display on the stove in the kitchen to the right of your entry in the, from the garage area. And it's just depicting the state of the stovetop, and positions of the knobs and such as I arrived to it and photographed it initially.
The next photo. Does
Same,
this
just-
indicate that the stove is in operation when you were there?
Yes, there's on the previous photo there's a the hot cooktop light, and then this is the other side of that, and appears to be in the on position.
Okay. And next photo. And could you describe what this photograph depicts?
This photograph is an door that leads out to an exterior in the living room area.
Is there a space heater that's also depicted in this photo?
Yes, there to the right of the door.
Okay. And do you recall whether or not that space heater was operating when you first arrived on the scene?
I do not recall right off. I believe I have closer photographs of that space heater to determine.
Did you see animal waste or signs that, well, I hope it's animal waste, but did you see
There
signs
appeared to
of
be
animal
some
waste on
waste.
the carpet?
Yes, and I believe I have additional closer photographs of that. But yes, as you can kind of see in the photo there.
Next photo. And did you note the temperature? How did the house feel to you when you were there?
To me personally, it felt warm, but it is our standard practice to photograph temperature, and so on whatever installed thermometers and such, and I believe there were two in that area, or one in that area and one upstairs,
Okay.
but yeah.
And so you
So
took-
that's our initial photograph of the scene before
Okay.
anything is,
Next photograph.
Yeah.
And is this another thermostat in the house?
yes,
And what does the temperature read on that thermostat?
94 degrees.
Okay, next photograph. Now, did you go into the upstairs area of the house?
I
while
did.
You were there, and did you go into what appeared to be a bedroom?
I did, yes.
And is this your photograph?
Yes.
And what does that depict?
A laptop computer lying on the bed in the open position as it was
Okay.
found.
And was that confiscated?
Yes.
Okay, next photograph. And can you describe what is depicted in this photograph?
This is in that same bedroom, the dresser area in that bedroom. Appear to be gloves, some cards that were later inventoried and photographed further.
And the jug to the left of the screen, what was that article?
That is the proper description.
Did you collect it?
We did, yes.
Next photograph. And this next photograph, does that depict a close-up of the cards that you photographed?
Yes, prior to collection. And then there's further photographs, lab photographs of them.
All right. Next photograph. Okay. Now, we're going to move on to November the 30th, when you went to the okay, I'm going to start those. May I approach the witness?
Okay.
And where did we leave off? 536?
Next is 537.
Okay. And there are 12 photographs here.
529.
Yes. You to identify those, if you can. Are those yours?
Yes.
What was that last number, Judge?
537 through 549.
You would ask to introduce these into evidence and to publish them.
Full injection. 537 through 549, you may publish.
Okay, what does this photograph depict?
The label that we've created in our system to track all of our evidence, and item number 9, a purse and contents, including money.
Okay. Next, and it indicates, if you could go back, just where it was found and
Correct,
contents.
yes. Location of recovery, officer recovered, date and time recovered.
Right, next photo. This, what does this depict?
That would be everything removed from the bag, just an overall photograph before photographing the contents in detail.
Okay, next photo. And what does this depict?
Just an overall view into the item before removing any items and photographing them in detail as well.
Next number. And this?
The wallet removed from the previous purse,
Okay, next number.
checkbook opened up, just kind of an inside view of that checkbook.
Okay, next number.
Just a further spread out view of what exactly was in there.
And do those appear to be deposit
Yes,
Tickets
deposit
or-
tickets, yes.
forms? Next number.
Once those deposit tickets are removed, just an overall view of the check book there, viewing the last
Next number.
slip on there.
Did you actually find any checks in that wallet or in the checkbook? They would have been photographed had you
Yes.
found them, right? Okay. And can you describe what this photograph depicts?
An item of paper in the purse before removing it to see further detail.
Okay, next number.
That same item of paper just laid out for a better photograph.
Okay,
It
you've got a
appears to
little
be a grocery list, common
okay.
grocery
You've
list.
got a screen there. Can you read what's on the grocery list?
Beer, bacon, sausage, Ben & Jerry's pistachio, dog snacks, Gain, OxyClean, and stain remover.
Okay, next number.
A Walmart receipt
Okay.
from the purse.
Enlarge that.
Yeah.
And that was found in the purse, is that correct?
Correct.
And can you read the date on that receipt
11/26/16,
and the timestamp?
12/18.
And where did that receipt originate? What store?
Walmart. It'd be Walmart at Parkside Drive
Thank
in the
you.
Turkey Creek area.
Next number. And that's just a close-up of the same thing, is
Correct. The date and time usually
number.
just.
Is that it? Okay. Now, if you can just leave the lights down, Judge, because I've got several more that we're gonna. And we left off at
549, 550 will be next.
okay. Okay. I'm gonna. You've had an opportunity to look at these before you came in to testify, is that right?
Yes.
So, can you authenticate these photographs as the ones that you took on November the 30th?
Yes.
Judge, we would ask you to publish these.
Any objection? We'll receive them. How many more there?
Start with the next three, so that's gonna be,
550 then. 550.
okay. And can you identify this?
That is. That is the laptop computer collected from the scene
Okay.
on the 28th.
Next number.
The attached drive as depicted in the original scene photos as well.
Okay. And did you detect any reddish-brown staining on this article?
Yes, there appeared to be
Okay, next
just a
number.
very small amount.
Is that a closer depiction?
Yes.
And that would be exhibit 552. And so we'll look at 553 next and through 554. And can you describe what's depicted on this evidence sticker?
That would be item 92, as well as the general description of the item of evidence, of collection location, officer recovering, and date and time as well, and then location of recovery.
Okay, and is that location the guest bathroom in the residence?
Correct, the upstairs hallway bathroom.
Okay, next number. Can you tell the jury what this photograph depicts?
Just upon opening the bag itself, just a overall photograph of the contents inside before photographing anything in further detail.
Okay, and the next photograph is 555. And what does that photograph depict?
A container of red skin potato salad from the Walmart deli.
Okay, and again, that was found in the guest bathroom in the Walmart bag
Correct.
on the,
Yes.
on the kitchen, on the counter in the bathroom, is that correct?
Correct. In the hallway bathroom, yes.
Okay. Now I want to direct your attention to Exhibit 556, I think. And ask you if you can identify this.
Item 37, collected by Officer Campbell. Again, just an overall, like our description label
Okay, and
with
where-
contents.
What are you,
These items.
what's the location of this?
So these items are in the foyer floor, the main entry to the home, grocery items that were found there at that front door inside of the residence.
Okay, next number, which would be 557. And what does that photograph depict?
Again, an open bag and then an overall view of the contents inside before any further photographs
Okay,
are taken.
and does that appear to be luncheon meat?
It does.
Okay,
Appears to be
And I
smoked
want-
turkey breast.
direct your attention to the next photograph, which was 558. And was
Um,
that also found in the foyer?
Correct, in the groceries, sausage, Jimmy Dean sausage.
Could that also be described as a perishable item?
Yes,
The next
as
number
many
is
of the items were in the groceries.
559.
3 packs of bacon, again, amongst those grocery items in the foyer.
560.
Again, just an overall view of what is in
Okay.
that evidence bag before further detailed photographs. So,
561.
appears to be Ben & Jerry's pistachio ice cream and Mayfield Brown Cow's ice cream. Again, perishable items found in the groceries.
Okay. And we'll go on to the next exhibit. And again, these are things that you photographed on November the 30th of 2016. Is that correct?
Yes, inside the forensic lab.
All right. So can you tell us
Excuse me.
what is depicted in Exhibit 562?
It's a maroon backpack. I would have to find the exact item number from there, but just an overall view of that maroon backpack before any contents are photographed or removed.
And 563?
Just an open view of the front zipper pocket and the contents as they lay.
564?
Close up just to depict that there is appears to be a calculator in that pocket.
565?
That calculator removed and an overall photograph of it.
566?
The calculator has removable cover, so that cover is removed and just an overall view of that calculator.
Okay, 567?
An overall view of the larger pocket of the backpack, opened and photographed.
568?
Close-up view of what appears to be an instruction manual in the backpack for a residential gas water heater.
569? Let me turn that up right. Switch it around.
Um,
And is that just
Uh,
part of the same document?
yes, an anatomy of the gas water heater.
Okay, 570? Did you look for a date and timestamp on that?
Yes,
And what is
because
that?
it appears to be a printed out item, so we photographed that, or I photographed that.
what
And that
is-
would be November 23rd, 2016 at 4:12 p.m.
All right. We want to go to 571.
Again, another overall view of the items within the larger pocket of the backpack.
Okay. And can you describe what you see in that photograph?
There were multiple books and a notebook with a pen.
All right. Going to go to 572. Can you describe what this photograph
This would be that black.
depicts?
Excuse me. This would be that black notebook from the large pocket of the backpack laid out.
Okay.
just an open view of it and what appears to be the first item of content. Just a syllabus appears for a class, Madness in Medicine.
And is there a time, any way to distinguish the time for this? Under syllabus, is there a date?
Yes, syllabus from fall 2016.
Okay, 573.
It appeared to be mathematic homework or problems, math problems.
Okay. 574.
Like a standard Scantron type sheet for test taking. And
575.
a blue book from a co-op bookstore in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Excuse me.
All right. 576. I'm going to turn that around. So-
These would be the items in the large pocket of the backpack, laid out for display, since they're, once you open it, there were multiple books and things. So everything from the, and the calculator from the front pocket, everything from the backpack laid out in an overall view to see the contents.
So that picture depicts the contents of the backpack.
Correct.
Okay. 577. Is that just a closer
Close
view?
up of the umbrella and the calculator from the backpack and a couple of the books.
578.
A cord and mouse and a couple of the books from the backpack. Just again, some close-ups.
579.
Close-up of the notebook from the backpack.
580.
A content page of the notebook from the backpack.
Okay. Can you increase the size on this, please? And you've got a screen. Would you read from your screen, please? What is depicted on this page of the photograph you took?
Yes. Get killing knives. Quick. Multiple. Get
Is that
carving
quick
knives.
or is that
Quick.
Q-U-I? Is that a C or is it an E?
Quiet. Yes, it could be. Yes. I'm sorry. It appears to be an ET. Yes. Multiple. Get carving knives to make small pieces. Get sledgehammer. Crush bones. Bring blender and food grinder. Grind meat.
Keep going.
Get bleach. Denature proteins. Get plastic bin for denaturation process.
Keep going.
Does not matter where they're killed. Just get rid of bloody spots to prevent evidence of time of death, not the mattress or the couches. Get rid of bodies inside house, there and my DNA already there. And then there's a part that's scratched out. Open up doggy door to provide entryway.
Can you make out the...
It appears he needs to be, and I can't make out that word,
Okay.
not intruder.
Next line.
Flush chunks down toilet, not garbage disposal. Get plastic sheeting for disposal process. And then the part that's crossed out, get hollow point bullets just in case. Will be seen buying bullets, just use computer room gun. Check to make sure there are bullets. Last resort. He's not alive to claim her half of the insurance. Money, and then an arrow, all mine, 500,000. Flood the house. Covers forensic evidence. Turn heater up as high as it goes. Speeds decomposition. Bleach reacts with luminol, just like blood. Douse area with bleach. Big sprayer. Lie. Trash compactor. Body gives time of death. And an arrow, alibi. Don't have to get rid of body if there is no forensic evidence on the body. His fingerprints and DNA.
Next photograph would be 581, exhibit 581. And if we could enlarge that and just read from the top, please.
Yes. Minimize things I touch throughout visit. Wear gloves and socks to prevent fingerprints and footprints. Drop something down the garbage disposal to break it. Get him on the ground fixing it. Kill him with the knife. Clean up mess from him before she gets home. Kill her with knife. There's a part that's crossed out. Kill dog after.
What's
And
written
then-
above that?
Leave alive. Can't read. Are you able to zoom in there?
Okay. And
It appears to be fingerprints.
okay.
And then take dog with you. I can't read the first word. Him with him is in parentheses.
Okay. The next line.
Place her in shower, and then with dog appears to be crossed out. Turn on hot water and point at her to get rid of forensics. Remove her clothes and take them with me for disposal. Place him in plastic bin and use it to get him into the upstairs bathroom. Cut off his arm and plant his flesh under her fingernails. Place her hand with his DNA so that his DNA is not washed away by the shower. Use sodium hydroxide to destroy his soft tissue and soften bones for transport. Baste once every hour to accelerate. Flush sodium hydroxide down the toilet. Wash out bin with handheld shower head and then direct handheld into toilet to flush everything out of the pipes and into the public waterway. Douse killing rooms, kitchen with bleach. Place hair curler with flammable paper and flammable containers of gasoline in 4 locations. His killing room, her killing room, his bathroom, her bathroom. Wipe down areas near killing rooms and bathrooms. Turn heaters up to 90 degrees to melt fingerprints and dry everything. Set her phone to send me a text message late Sunday to prove that I was in BR and she was alive, in quotation marks. Leave, and I can't read the word that's marked out, through front door and wipe down doorknobs. Timer for flammables set for Friday at 10 a.m. Sunlight masks fire, but not smoke. Everyone at work, so they can't report it.
I'm going to show you photograph 582 and ask you to, next one. If you could enlarge that, just read what is depicted in this photograph.
Ultraviolet light shows fingerprints. Check mail before leaving. To get rid of blood, use peroxide. And there's an arrow stating hemoglobin pointed at peroxide and bleach, and then an arrow DNA pointing at bleach.
Okay. And photograph 583.
It appears to be titled Destruction of Bodies, and then composition of body, 20% fat, 20% protein, 55% water, and 5% other compounds.
Okay. Could I have just a second, Judge?
Take it down.
Could you turn the lights up?
Ma'am, you're ready.
584.
It appears to be titled Assets. Her assets, her life insurance, $500,000, possibly more with double indemnity. With him missing / dead, I get the whole thing. All her other assets are joint. Go to him if missing, unknown if he is dead. His assets includes all joint property if missing. When he gets all joint property, also gets joint debt. Knoxville house, homeowner's insurance, possibly but probably worthless after fire. Owe $100,000. The Sir Gowensville house, appraised at $400,000 plus, worthless with Renee on property. Her car, his SUV, and that seems to be bracketed, not paid for. His boat, his old truck, and that seems to be bracketed with paid for. His 401k, $80,000, possibly less after. Zoom in on that word.
Can you zoom in? Could it be taxes?
It very well could be, yes.
Okay. And the next line?
He could possibly have savings and or investment accounts.
Okay. So the next exhibit would be 585. Officer Sandlin, you were at Golden View on November the 28th and
Correct.
in the subsequent days. And based upon what you just read, did you find evidence at the scene that corresponded with things that were noted in that writing?
Yes.
And did you think about that when you were doing this inventory search and when you discovered this notebook?
Yes, the backpack was collected as is, and then later, obviously, photographed in the lab. And upon reading the things in that backpack, they corresponded to several of the items that were collected by us
And
throughout the
observed
house.
by you?
Yes, observed and collected.
Okay.
Correct. Yes,
Now-
as well observe the temperatures and such that photographs.
Okay. Now I want to direct your attention to the next days, which would be December the 1st, 2016. And I'm going to show you Exhibit 586.
I think 585.
Is it 585? Oh, because that was the same one. That's right. Okay, 585. And ask you if you can identify this.
This is a photograph of the fireplace in the living room area at the Golden View address.
And was there a reason that you took a picture of this?
Upon returning to the house after, this is the,
Well, let me show you the next photograph, which would be
Okay.
Exhibit 586.
Ah.
And
so just an overall view then, the fireplace before observing any sort of its condition.
okay, were you aware whether or not the pilot light was on when officers first went into the scene?
I am not aware.
Okay. And the next number would be 587. And what is that a photograph of?
That is the water heater. It is in the upstairs area in one of the bedrooms in a closet.
Now, on December the 1st, did you have an opportunity to go to Cedar Bluff Towing?
I did.
And what was the purpose of that visit?
That was to photograph a red Kia Sportage bearing Tennessee tag King 1898 Union.
And did you know that to be Lisa Guy's vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. And if I could publish Exhibit 588, is that right, Judge? I always get.
Yes, you're right.
And what does this Exhibit 588 depict?
Just an overall view of said vehicle.
Okay. And Exhibit 589?
An open door view of the driver and passenger seat.
just describe, I mean, what is your process when you're photographing a car? What do you do?
I photograph the entirety. I walk around the vehicle and photograph the entirety of the exterior of the vehicle, and then opening each door and just kind of photographing an overall view of the inside of the vehicle from each angle of the doors, the condition of the vehicle, what items may be in the vehicle, just an overall views before doing a more thorough photograph of them.
And so that's the front interior of Lisa Guy's vehicle.
Correct.
Okay.
The driver's seat.
And so Exhibit 590, if you could describe what this photograph depicts.
That would be the rear interior of the same vehicle.
And Exhibit 591,
Items in the floorboard of the vehicle.
okay. And did you collect those items? Did you look through them?
Look through them, which
The
would
bag?
be depicted in photographs. Yeah. Yes.
Let me show you Exhibit 592.
So receipts from those items.
So did you find those receipts inside the bags that was in the rear interior of Lisa Guy's car?
Yes.
Okay. And if we could enlarge these a bit, and Officer Sandlin, could you note we get that large enough, can you note, they're from PetSmart, is that right?
Correct.
Was that
at
also
the-
on Parkside area?
Move up to the top there. Yes.
Okay. All right. And down at the bottom, if you could just note the dates and the times. The first, let's start with the one on the left.
November 26, 2016 at 11:26 a.m.
Okay. And to the right,
November 26, 2016 at 11:23 a.m.
so she appears to have made a couple of purchases just a few minutes apart, is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Now, on December 3rd, said that you went to Michelle Dennison Tyler's house, is that correct?
The 3824 Hillside Terrace Lane. Yes, correct.
And did you take photographs there?
I did.
And you've seen these photographs, is that right? Which is
Correct. Yes.
I showed you these two. So I think we're at Exhibit 593, and I want to show you Exhibit 593 and ask you if you recognize these photographs that were taken on, if you can describe what's in these photographs that were taken on December the 3rd of 2016.
This would be just an overall facial photo of Michelle Dennison Tyler.
Okay. And Exhibit 594.
I also photographed her children, so this is just an overall facial view.
One of her children.
Yes.
And Exhibit 595.
Again, an overall facial view of one of her children.
Exhibit 596.
And a third overall facial view of one of her children.
And Exhibit 597.
An overall facial view of her, I believe he was her boyfriend at the time.
Okay. And Exhibit 598.
An overall view of several items at the residence on Hillside Terrace Lane.
Okay. And Exhibit 599.
A more in-depth photograph of some of those items.
Do those appear to be toys?
Yes.
Next exhibit number is,
600.
I can't,
And
you're
view
really
and
good at math. I couldn't count any. And can you describe what this photograph depicts?
that would be the tote opened up and a view of the toys inside.
Okay. Do those appear to be Beanie Babies?
They
Toy
do.
Company? Okay.
Correct.
All right. Now, and on December the 6th, 2016, Did you photograph the plastic Sterlite totes that have been introduced into evidence in this case?
I did.
And
Yes.
some cans, gas cans.
Correct.
And I'm going to show you exhibits 601. And can you describe the contents of this?
A photograph of one of the totes that had been previously collected from the Golden View address. A photograph of it at property.
Okay, exhibit 602.
The label attached to the aforementioned tote.
Okay, and does that contain a barcode on it?
It does.
All right. Exhibit 603.
Another view of that same label.
Okay, also a barcode.
Correct.
Exhibit 604.
A zoomed in photograph of the barcode and staining on the label.
Okay. Exhibit 605.
Another sticker attached to the tote.
Okay. Is there a reason you took that photo?
Just to document anything that is on the tote.
Okay. Exhibit 607.
Oh,
I'm sorry. 606.
The wheels on the tote as appear to be depicted in the sticker attached to the tote.
Okay. Exhibit 607.
A label seen through the, it's a bio bag that's on top of that.
Okay.
And a zoomed in photograph of the barcode.
Okay. Next number 608. Same.
Yeah, a zoomed out view of the entire label.
Okay. Exhibit 609. Or is it 609?
Photograph of a gas can.
All right. And can you zoom in on the number of were you present when these, or did you have an opportunity to observe where these gas cans were when they were first seen at the Golden View address?
At the original scene, yes.
Okay. Where were they? Do you remember seeing them in the garage?
Yes, I didn't know if you wanted a specific,
Okay.
for a specific location as the collection.
And is this a number that was placed by someone with the sheriff's office to?
I do not know.
You don't know? You didn't number it?
I did not.
Okay. But does that number depict number 1?
It does.
Okay. So I'll show you exhibit 610,
It appears to be number 2.
number 2, and exhibit 611. I'm sorry, keep going. Go to the next number. And if you could zoom in.
It
on
appears
here.
to be number 3 on that one at the top.
Okay, all right. And do you recall whether or not all of 3 of these tubs were 5-gallon tubs? Did they appear to be similar in size and labeling?
They do appear.
Okay, all right. Okay, in addition to taking photographs of these various items and on various dates and times, did you also collect evidence?
I did.
I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification as Exhibit 612 and ask you if you can. I'm sorry. Can you describe what this is?
Yes, this would be for us collection item number 51, collected by myself at the Golden View address. Item C at the landing at the top of the stairs. It is one Cook Messer stainless steel or stainless kitchen knife.
Okay, can you open that and
Mhm.
briefly publish it to the jury? And do you remember other articles that were located around this knife?
Yes.
And can you describe what while you're opening that, can you describe what those other articles are or were?
There were several items of clothing and chemical items as well.
Okay. Was the clothing, can you describe the condition of the clothing?
It had staining, multiple. It was there was a pile of clothing that was actually atop the knife. The clothes had staining, as well as several what appeared to be cut marks on the clothing.
And did you notice the condition of the carpet that was around the clothing and where this knife was found? Can you describe the condition of the carpet?
I did. It also appeared to have staining.
I don't want you to pick that up, but if you could just like stand up and stand where I am and kind of give the jury an idea of the size and shape of this knife. Okay. We would move 612 into evidence. I guess I should have done that before I published.
612. Also, there were no objection to those earlier photographs. I'm going to show that all the photos you're showing up from our end as well, too. That goes back to 585 all the way through 611.
And this 613 for identification, if you could describe what is depicted on the outside of this packaging.
This would be item 52, also recovered by myself. It's for us. It's labeled item D, also at the landing at the top of the stairs in the same area. It is 2 empty containers of number 2 sewer line cleaner. The marketed weight is 6 pounds, 8 ounces.
And were there actually 4 of those containers?
There were,
And
correct.
was there also a container of Robic drain cleaner with them?
Correct, yes, there was.
So can, the state moves 613 into evidence, Judge, and we would ask that she be allowed to show the jury the contents of the bag.
Any objection? This is 13. You may open and display.
Again, all 4 of those containers were empty, is that correct?
Correct.
So I next would like to show you what has been marked for identification as Exhibit 614 and ask you if you can describe what is depicted on the packaging.
This is collection item 74, collected by myself at the Golden View address. It was marked as item T. Location is the master bathroom. And it's cut off here, but I believe it's the right sink. And the evidence is 1 emerald large kitchen knife.
You would move this Exhibit 614 into evidence, Judge, and ask that we be permitted to publish it.
Without objection, this 614, you may display.
And again, this was found in the master bathroom, in the sink.
Correct. Master bathroom and the right sink.
has been marked for identification as Exhibit 615, and ask you to describe the packaging label.
This is collection item number 61, collected by myself at the Golden View address. Item K in the master bedroom floor, and it is one unopened Pure Health Discounts certified 35 food grade hydrogen peroxide.
This is full, is that right?
Correct.
And it's just one of those many articles left in the floor of the master bed.
Correct, at the foot of the bed.
And there were 3 of these, is that correct?
In that area,
2 or 3?
I believe so. Excuse me.
It's gonna be item number 61, so can you look to see how many
Yes.
of them?
Item 61 was that. Item 62 was another of the same, and item 63 was another of the same, and also 2 glass dropper bottles.
Okay,
So 3 total.
3 total of those, okay.
Correct, in that area, yes.
All right. Now I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification as Exhibit 616 and ask you if you can, if you recognize this packaging and can you describe it to the jury?
This is item I in the master bedroom floor. It is 1 unopened gallon jug of liquid fire drain opener, collected by myself.
Okay, and we would move this into evidence and ask that she be permitted to publish it, Judge?
Objection will be 616.
Heavy, isn't it? And again, this is a drain line opener.
Correct.
I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification as Exhibit 617 and ask you if you can, do you recognize the package? Can you describe?
This is item W that we would have labeled and collected, collected by myself on the guest dresser, or on the dresser in the guest bedroom. It is 1 box of opened VWR medium nitrile gloves.
We would ask to introduce this into evidence, Judge, and to publish it to the jury.
Objection will be 617.
And again, that's found in the dresser in the guest room.
Correct.
So I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification purposes as Exhibit 618 and ask you if you can describe what's depicted on the outside of this packaging.
This is item AA in the closet in the guest bedroom, collected by myself. An unopened package of Clorox brand gloves.
So this is in the closet,
Correct, of the guest bedroom.
okay? Name. Now I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification as Exhibit 619 619 and ask you if you recognize this and can you describe what the
This is item X from the dresser in the guest bedroom, collected by myself. It is an opened Pure Health Discounts certified 35 food grade hydrogen peroxide bottle.
May we introduce this into evidence and publish it to the jury, please? And again, this was open,
Correct.
and when you first viewed this article of evidence on the 28th of November, did you observe any particular type of staining on it?
Yes. There was reddish brown staining, and it is marked with a biohazard sticker to denote the possible presence of biological fluids. So it would be this area.
So the photograph from that time probably would depict its condition in a better shape than
Yes.
it. Okay.
It has since been processed for fingerprints, so it's
Pass you exhibit for identification 620 and ask you if you can describe the contents of this.
This is item W for the dresser in the guest bedroom, and it is 6 miscellaneous cards collected by myself.
Okay, may I have? So does the first card appear, can you read to the jury what it is?
It's a U.S. Bank's Perks Plus Visa signature card belonging to Joel M. Guy.
All right. And this next card?
It is a Home Projects Visa card belonging to Joel Guy.
The next card?
A SunTrust Gold MasterCard belonging to Joel M. Guy.
The next one?
A Platinum National Rifle Association Visa belonging to Joel M. Guy.
This next one?
A Discover It card belonging to Joel M. Guy Sr.
Is there a signature line on the back?
There is.
So that's what the signature line says. Okay. And this next one?
It is a Bank AmeriCard, Cash Rewards MasterCard belonging to Joel M. Guy.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to show you, it's been marked for identification as Exhibit 621 and ask you if you recognize its packaging. Can you describe it?
Yes, this is item Z in the guest bedroom floor, collected by myself. 1 blue disposable glove.
You don't need to look at that. Is it similar to the latex gloves that we've seen in the
Yes.
photographs? May we introduce this into evidence, Judge? I want to show you what's been marked for identification as Exhibit 622 and ask you if you can describe the sticker on this. Do you recognize it?
Yes, this is item AA, labeled as item AA. The closet guest bedroom is the location. It's 2 plastic Walmart bags with Bayco work light.
We would move this into evidence, Judge. I'm not going to ask to publish it. The jury can. But again, this was found in the closet, right?
Correct, in the guest bedroom closet.
I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification as Exhibit 623 and ask you if you can identify that.
These are 2 pill bottles from the guest bedroom dresser collected by myself on December 2nd.
Is that December 2nd? Okay. We'll well, it's kind of out of order, but this wasn't on the 28th. This is when you went back. Is that-
Correct, that's what the
Okay.
time demands say.
And again, these were found where?
On the guest bedroom dresser.
Read the name and address on the, if there's a prescription label on any of them.
This one is omega-3 acid capsules, and the prescribing information is Joel Guy, 5075 Nicholson Drive, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
That one is from Baton Rouge.
Correct.
Is the other one identified?
It does not have a label.
All right. Is there anything else in there?
I'm sorry, in these? No.
Put those back.
Correct.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification as Exhibit 624 and ask you to, if you can identify that.
This is labeled for us as item CC on the bookcase in the guest bedroom. It is 4 prescription bottles, Joel M. Guy, and 1 prescription bottle for Lisa Guy.
Can you read, please, the identifying information on the prescription bottles as to each one?
Yes. This is prescribed to a Joel M. Guy with the address of 11434 Golden View Lane, and is Ciprofloxacin.
So it's a Knoxville address.
Correct.
Okay, and the next bottle?
This is also prescribed to a Joel M. Guy, 11434 Golden View Lane, Knoxville.
The next one?
Prescribed to a Joel M. Guy, 11434 Golden View Lane, Knoxville.
The next one?
Prescribed to a Joel M. Guy, 11434 Golden View Lane, Knoxville.
The next one?
And this one is prescribed to a Lisa Guy, 11434 Golden View Lane, Knoxville.
And these again were found in the guest bedroom.
On
On
the
a bookshelf.
bookcase, yes.
Can put those back in. I'm going to show you next what's been marked for identification as Exhibit 625 and ask you if you can describe the contents of this exhibit.
This is from the closet in the guest bedroom, and it is Pure Health Discount Certified 35 Food Grade Hydrogen Peroxide.
Okay, so was this we're going to move this into evidence, Judge, and ask to.
Without objection, it's entered at 625. May open.
So, do you recall whether or not this was an open container or a closed container?
I do not recall.
Okay, let's go ahead and open it.
Okay.
then. But again, it was found in the guest bedroom closet, is that correct?
Correct.
It's leaking, isn't it?
Yes.
Judge, under the circumstances, we'll, I don't know what to do with a piece of evidence that's
Is it leaking out of?
No, it's not leaking.
Not out of this outer bag.
We'll just,
We might want to put that aside, I think.
yeah, we'll re-secure it later. Go ahead and leave it in the box.
Did it appear to be unopened though, Officer Sandlin?
It appears to be in its sealed bag within the exterior bag, so yes, it appears to be unopened.
Okay. Found in the closet in the master bedroom. I'm sorry, guest bedroom.
Correct, the guest bedroom closet.
I'm going to show you what is next marked as Exhibit 626 and ask you if you can describe the contents of this exhibit.
This is for us, item 154. It is 1 Walmart receipt. And the location of recovery is from the Walmart bag of trash. The label's cut off. One moment. From the Walmart bag of trash beside guest bed / guest bedroom.
We would
And it is a Walmart receipt. The date is November 24th, 2016 at 6:19.
Is that military time?
It appears that
Does it have an A or a P next to it?
it does not. It appears that it's probably military time.
Is it, read the digits out loud, please.
06:19:41.
In your experience as a law enforcement officer, is that typically how military time is depicted? So 6:19 in the morning?
Yes, in my
Okay.
experience.
That's fine, you can put that back.
Do we have a location on that one?
This is the Walmart at Parkside Drive.
And again, this was found in the trash in the guest bathroom, correct?
It is from the Walmart bag of trash beside the guest bed in the guest bedroom.
Is anything else legible in terms of what was purchased?
The prices and item numbers, but the actual description of the item numbers are a bit hard to read at this point.
Very well. Okay, I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification as exhibit number 627 and ask you if you can describe what is depicted on that exhibit.
This for us would have been item 155. It is a Toastmaster timer, model 12-925, serial number 1617080. The location of recovery was from the garage wall outlet.
And we would move that into evidence, Judge, and ask that it be published.
Not for the objection, it'll be 627.
And again, that is a timer.
Yes, it has instructions on the back. It is a timer device with a plug-in.
In the garage, found in the garage.
Correct.
Did you find any other timers in the house? To your knowledge? Or did you observe any?
I believe there was a sealed one in the,
A sealed one?
I believe. In the item 60 amongst the hose.
All right, now, next, I'm gonna turn your attention to what has been marked for identification as Exhibit 628. And I know we've just seen photographs of this, but I would ask you if you can identify it as being the same backpack that was depicted in the photographs we just saw.
Yes.
Judge, we would ask to move this into evidence and to publish the contents of it.
Not for the objection, it'll be 628. It might be a good time before we do that to go ahead and take a break. Welcome back, folks. We're ready to resume the officer's testimony. You understand you're still under oath?
Yes, sir.
All right, Johnny, you may continue.
Judge, I believe we did introduce 628 into evidence.
It is the backpack and the content.
Yes. So I don't want to go through all of the contents, but is it fair to say that there were a number of books inside the backpack?
Yes.
And I would like for you to look at these 4 books and look at the, and see if these are 4 of the books that were in the backpack and depicted in your photographs.
Yes, they are.
And if you could open the cover page, please, and just stand up and publish to the jury and ask, I'm going to ask you if there's a name written on the inside of the book.
There is.
What does that mean?
Joel Guy.
And would you do that with the title page of each of these books, please?
Yes.
First one was All Quiet on the Western Front. The next one is
Hollywood Goes to War, How Politics, Profits, and Propaganda Shaped World War II Movies.
Is there a name on the title page of that book?
There is. Joel Guy.
And the third book?
This is Profiles in Power, Elizabeth I. And on the inside cover, Joel Guy.
And the fourth one?
Also, Profiles in Power, Churchill. And on the inside cover, Joel Guy.
Okay, now, we know as part of this backpack, we saw and discussed a notebook,
Correct.
correct? And at some point, did you submit this notebook for testing with the TBI?
I did.
And that why it is a different package for,
Correct.
I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification as Exhibit 629 and ask you if you can discuss if you recognize the sticker on the exhibit.
Yes, so the sticker is the same as the sticker from the maroon backpack with the items marked out to denote that this is indeed the spiral notebook with writing that was removed from the aforementioned maroon backpack.
You can publish this. Take it out. Thank you. I would next like to draw your attention to exhibit number 630 and ask you if you recognize this and if you can discuss the package, the ticketing on this.
This is item for us from number 114. The location of recovery is the guest bedroom floor next to the bed. Is one navy blue suitcase with staining and multiple items of clothing and one brown USMC sheath.
We would move this into evidence, Judge, and ask to publish it and the contents of it.
Without further objection to 630. I think we did 629, so I just didn't mark. Did we not? You moved 629.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna put it over here.
Yeah.
It'd be easier to keep it on.
There's some staining.
Let's just go through and see what's. Does that appear to be a knife sheath?
Yes.
And are there articles of clothing in here?
Multiple items of clothing. Yes.
Can you look at the underpants and describe the brand name?
A pair of Banana Republic gray briefs.
Was there a note also inside the suitcase?
There was a excuse me, a posted photographed on scene, I believe in the front for Dan Bordeaux's Ace Hardware, 4767 Highway 1, Napoleon, Louisiana, 70390. Written with Ruto, 6.5 pound sewer line cleaner for $19.99.
Is that the name of the empty tubs that we found and introduced into evidence previously?
I believe they were similar. It's a similar product, but a different name. But
Sewer line cleaner?
correct.
Okay. Now, I want to show you what has been marked for identification purposes as Exhibit 631 through 635, and ask you if you can identify this packaging.
Yes. So for us, these were items 248, 247, 248, 249, 250, and 251. And these are the location of recovery for all of these items is the 3824 Hillside Terrace Lane address. And they are buccal swabs from Michelle Dennison and the juvenile children, and a William Napier.
Okay, and can you describe just briefly what we'll ask to move those into evidence, and
Without objection, I'll be 631 through 635.
were those submitted to the TBI?
These were not.
Just describe what a buccal swab is.
A buccal swab is we open up a sterile set of cotton swabs and swab inside the cheek area, the buccal area, to collect a DNA sample if needed for testing. Or
And were those collected because they were present on Thanksgiving at the Golden View address?
correct.
If I could have just a moment, I think
Yes, absolutely, sir.
Thank you. You are excused, officer. Have a good day. Next
Thank you.
witness.
We're gonna recall, Officer Stanley for the limited purpose of one exhibit.
All right, any objection to the recall?
Well, we do think she's been called. Is it this witness or?
Once you're seated, you may remove your mask. And you understand you're still on road?
Yes, sir.
Officer Campbell, sorry to ask you to come back in now.
That's okay.
I want to ask you, in the course of your evidence collection, did you have cause to confiscate one pair of universal scissors from the upstairs hallway?
Yes, I believe so. I can verify with the
Okay.
property list. There was a lot of evidence.
Item
in this
number
case.
54.
Yes, sir, I did collect those.
Sure, you must have been marked as State's Exhibit 636 for identification. Ask you if you recognize that box.
Yes, sir, it's the box that contains the scissors that were at the top of the stairs.
And are those scissors that you confiscated?
Yes, sir.
We'll move that into evidence and ask if you could publish those scissors.
Any objection?
No, Your